The second I am Jesus declares is found in John chapter 8, verse 12. He says, again, Jesus spoke to them saying, I am the light of the world, and whoever follows me will not walk in darkness, but will have the light of life. You see, as humans, we're naturally drawn to light. However, if we're honest and sincere with one another, we prefer to just live in darkness. Like, what if we could shine light in how your bedroom looks right now, or your closet, or your car, right? It's like not until somebody needs a ride and gets in your car, they're like, oh, sorry, let me clean up. And we shine light on certain things in our lives. Imagine the areas in our heart, the thoughts in our mind, and we want to shine light on those things. Like, we prefer to stay in darkness. Like Moses was drawn to the burning bush. Like, we're drawn to light. But without the help of God, we really don't want to take off our sandals or step in that holiness. We just prefer to stay back here. In John chapter 9, verse 5, he repeats, as long as I am in the world, I am the light of the world. The light that comes to shine not only the sin and expose the areas of our life, only comes from Jesus Christ himself. Yeah, it's true. He loves you just the way you are. But he also loves you so much that he refuses to leave you the same way you are right now. You see, remember the woman that was caught in adultery? And while the men were trying to stone her to death, trying to upkeep the law before Jesus himself, Jesus begins to write something on the ground in the dirt. We don't know exactly what he wrote, but he declared, whoever's free of sin, throw the first stone. Go ahead. All of a sudden, you can imagine hearing a bunch of stones drop into the ground as the men began to walk away. The woman, maybe covering her face, waiting for the first blow. After hearing people walking away, maybe looks up and Jesus says, where are those that accuse you? She looks up, relieved, seeing nobody. Jesus replies, I also don't accuse you. You are forgiven, but go and sin no more. Jesus refuses to leave you the same way. It's hard that once you've been exposed to his light, to allow yourself to go back and continue to live the same way. You know, you've seen yourself in a mirror and you're like, how come nobody told me I had that in my tooth, or something was out of place, something was on your face. And once you're exposed to that reality, you try to improve or fix it or clean up. And that's why many times if we don't want to move into that process of sanctification, of serving God in obedience to Christ, if we're honest, we just prefer to live in darkness. But Jesus is that light that comes to eliminate all darkness. And it says that evil will never overcome, it will never be able to dissipate or eliminate God's light. It's that same light that we see ourselves truly as we are, but it's also that same light that guides our every footstep to help us to not fall into that same sin again. Did you know that in Revelations, the last book, it talks about not only the importance of the sun, but that we will no longer need the sun? In Revelations chapter 21, verse 23, it says, and the city has no need of the sun or the moon to shine on it. Why? You know how many things we need the sun for? For life itself, to illuminate, to keep us warm, to help things grow. Like the sun it's important. It's essential for our life, our livelihood. In Revelations, it's saying the city's not going to need any need of the sun or moon to shine on it. Why? For the glory of God gives it light, and its lamp is the Lamb. Its lamp is the Lamb. You remember the verse that Jesus says that we got to be a city on a hill, that we can't hide our light underneath the table, but we got to put our lamp on top of the table so that everybody can see it and so that it can illuminate the whole room that it's in. You are the light of the world. And until we understand this light that Jesus has to offer, not only to expose our sin, but to keep us from continually living in that sin, but that same light gives us life and it gives us warmth. It reveals things to us. And most importantly, it helps us to stay faithful to him. I pray that you understand that Jesus is making this declaration that he is the light of the world. Nothing else, nobody else can truly shine and reveal what you and I are. The psalmist said, I am naked before God. Who am I that even whenever I'm praying, that he already knows the thoughts before they come out of my mouth. He knows me just as I am. And he is that light that comes to shine, to reveal, but not to expose in a damning or in a hurtful way. He comes to reveal, so that way he can bring light to what needs to be healed, restored, and redeemed. He is the light of the world. God bless you.